So before I start, there's a couple of tools I need to show you. First, a pair of pliers, because I know some of those lids are on tight. And the other is this little nifty gadget I got from Temu, which I use for opening bottles, jars and things. But there's quite a nice little small hole there that may help me with some of my essential oils. So I'm putting my hand in now and bringing out a bottle, and it's from a company called New Directions in Australia, and I can immediately tell it's a very, very old label, and it's an oil called Cataphragh. And I can't even see the Latin name, and it expired in 1997. Imagine that. Now the bottle's actually almost full, so I obviously bought it because I was interested in seeing what the oil was like, but never really used it. Ooh. I think it's from one of the grass families. It's sort of got that kind of smell. And what I'm going to do at the end of these presentations is actually write some information about the oils with their botanical names and what they might have been used for. So the oil, if I move the bottle, we can see it's mobile. It drops out so it's quite a clear. So the smell, it's sort of a bit woody, a little bit smoky, and it's got a very sort of grassy top note. So that is Cataphragh oil. I'm not quite sure why I bought it, but there it is. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Right, this is actually a really special oil. This is a white spruce oil that I bought from Dr. Pinoir in France. I think it was around 2004 on a trip with Aroma Tours. So this oil is about 21 years old. White spruce, so handwritten on the label. There's no date. And yeah, there is a dropper. Gosh, and that even though it's almost 20 years old or 21 years old, that still is a really potent white spruce sort of smell. I've used about half the bottle, so I obviously did use it for some things, and I recall using it a lot for like respiratory kinds of things. I actually really like that smell, and I probably would put that in a diffuser. I wouldn't think of it more as a therapeutic thing, but if I just wanted to create that sort of sprucey kind of smell. So white spruce, bought from Dr. Daniel Pinoir himself. And just bear with me for one moment. I have this treasure of his book in French, signed by him, purchased at the same time. So I will be keeping this white spruce oil. I consider it a national treasure. Okay, so I'm passing my hands over, and I'm going to, oh, this one's a little bit sticky. Oh, interesting. So it's another New Directions oil, expired. I need to take my glasses off to read the label. Oh my goodness me, expired 07. And so this is the Australian Balm Mint Bush oil, which is actually really coming into its own now. I think we're getting more and more known about some of those essential oils from Australia. And I actually tried growing some of this oil here in New Zealand, also growing this plant here in New Zealand and doing my own little distillations. It smells Australian. It smells of those Australian natives. It is from the Lamiaceae family, and I can read its Latin name, Proxanthera melicifolia. So you do sort of pick up a little bit of that like melissa balm kind of aroma. I believe off the top of my head that it was actually really good for like as an insect repellent kind of oil. So again, given the age, I'm not going to be putting it on skin, but I would certainly put it in a diffuser or make some sort of anti-insect room spray for it. I'm going to do 2 more for today, and then I think that's enough. So passing my hands back over again, going right over to the far side of the box, and what have I got? Oh my God, I can't even, oh yes, I can just make out the label. It's Helichrysum. And this was a New Zealand oil company, Millennium Oils, and they were amazing back in the sort of 25, 30 years ago. They were one of the first companies producing or supplying essential oils that were really aimed at aromatherapists and really good quality. So I can take the lid off. It's quite hard. If I tip the bottle up, I can see maybe there's a little bit of something in there. Quite thick. And if I really don't think there's very much at all. Yep, it's Helichrysum. Can tell that. And of course we all know like Helichrysum is really, really good skin healing and things. I'm just going to try and see if I can take off the dripulator. Oh yeah, it comes out. Just want to show you that so you can see like Helichrysum does have sort of a yellow golden colour, and it is still quite mobile there. Would I use it? Not on the skin. So again, one of the things with essential oils, over time they may oxidize, some of their chemistry can change and cause irritations. We all know Helichrysum is quite an expensive oil. There's maybe about 1 ml left in there. I might put it into a blend for some soap or something like that. But unfortunately, that's a waste. Do you know, I forgot I had that, and I could have used that many, many times over the years. And I probably bought this around in the year 2000. So the last one I'm going to pick up, and I'm not going to look. Oh, I was almost cheated myself then. I'm just going to have a wee look. Oh my God, what's this? Oh, it's a sticky one. Oh, this is a lavande pine, essential oil de lavande pine. Now I remember buying these, actually the same trip to France with Aroma Tours. There was like a little French little shop in the little French Provence village selling essential oils, and I bought a wee collection of them, not expecting any sort of great therapeutic quality. This one just says pine, so there's no botanical name, no expiry date. So I know I got this around 2020. Does have a dropper. It actually smells a bit lavendery. So I don't know what the label means when it says lavande pine. It smells like sort of like a spike lavender, but not as strong. But it does smell a bit soapy. Now I know, and I said I was only going to do 5 oils, but I know it's got a sister sitting right there, and there it is, Lavande aspic, which is what the French called the spike lavender. So we may as well do the 2 of these together. So again, that's definitely a lavender. If I was still teaching practically, I would have these oils as examples of what not to buy therapeutically, because it doesn't have the botanical name. It doesn't have any sort of quality control measures, batch number or date. Would I use them? This one's quite a lot of camphor, but again, they smell a really soapy smell. So if I was making maybe a home cleaning, home disinfecting product, I would probably chuck those in. And I know I'm hanging on to those for sentimental reasons, because just seeing these little bottles is taking me back to that little Provence village on a sunny day, and everything was all lavender and everything was all nice, and I want to sort of remember that. But I have to be practical too. It's not a good idea to have oil sitting around, and it's not safe. So we'll leave those for today, and we'll come back another day and see what else I have got in this box of mysteries. Bye.